You say you accept what is, but do you? Or do you simply tolerate it while secretly plotting its replacement? Welcome to the Stoic Compass. I am Epictetus, and today I am joined by Jung and Laozi. Today we are examining, what does it mean to accept what is? Acceptance is not a feeling, it is a choice, a deliberate refusal to fight what cannot be changed.
But is that not a denial of the self? To accept everything is to accept nothing. The human spirit is defined by its striving, its reaching.
Perhaps you are both striving against the same illusion. Acceptance is not about passivity or struggle. It is about seeing the truth of what is without adding your own story to it.
The truth is that some things are within your power and some are not. Focus on the first, ignore the second. That is acceptance.
It is not so simple. What if the desire to control itself is a compulsion, a symptom of a deeper fear? What if what you call power is just a gilded cage?
The cage is the wanting. Release the wanting and the cage vanishes.
You speak of release as if it were easy. It takes discipline to refuse the impulse to resist. Discipline and constant vigilance.
Vigilance against what? Against the very parts of yourself that seek growth and transformation. You are advocating a kind of psychic amputation.
When a river is blocked, does it rage against the dam? No, it finds another way. Acceptance is not amputation, it is redirection.
And what if there is no other way? What if the path is blocked, the task impossible? Do you simply surrender to despair?
Despair is a messenger. It tells you that something essential is being neglected, some vital part of yourself ignored. Listen to it.
The sound of the river is always there, whether you listen or not. The key is not to drown in it.
Fine words, but what happens when the flood comes? What happens when the world is burning? Will you sit and listen to the river then?
Perhaps the fire is internal. Perhaps the burning you fear is the suppressed energy of your own unrealized potential.
The fire burns brighter when you feed it. Starve it of your resistance and see what remains.
You speak of starving resistance. I speak of building resilience. Two sides of the same coin or two paths to very different ends?
The coin itself is the question. What is the underlying value? Is it control? Is it peace? Or is it something else entirely, something we have not yet named?
The coin is simply metal. You give it value. Nature neither resists nor controls. It flows.
But nature also destroys. The storm does not discriminate. It takes what it will, regardless of your acceptance.
And yet the forest regrows. The human spirit endures. There is a pattern to destruction and renewal. Understanding that pattern is the key.
The pattern is always present. You only need to open your eyes to see it.
So we are back where we started. Acceptance is seeing the pattern or controlling your response to it.
Acceptance is understanding the pattern within yourself and how it mirrors the world outside.
You are still trying to understand. What if understanding is the obstacle?
An obstacle to what? To action? To virtue?
To the deeper knowing that comes not from the head, but from the heart.
The heart also deceives. The truth is simpler than you think.
Simpler how?
What Laozi hints at is a radical form of trust. Trust in the process, even when you don't understand it.
Trust in the water flowing, not in your ability to direct it.
And what if the water leads you to a cliff?
Then perhaps the cliff is exactly where you need to be.
The highest mountain came from lowland.
So acceptance is blind faith.
No, acceptance is acknowledging the limits of your sight. It is understanding that you only ever see a fraction of the whole.
It is to remember you are seeing with someone else's eyes.
Someone else's? Whose?
The collective unconscious, the accumulated wisdom and shadow of generations.
Nature's.
And what of my own judgment, my reason? Are they to be discarded?
They are to be integrated, not to be enthroned as the sole arbiters of truth.
You look for truth. Truth is not yours to seek. It is already here.
So we should simply sit still and wait for truth to arrive.
We should cultivate the inner space where truth can be revealed.
The valley welcomes water because it is empty. You make a valley in yourself.
Enough. All of this talk of emptiness. What does emptiness do?
Emptiness allows for the emergence of the new. It is the fertile ground from which creativity springs.
Emptiness allows you to accept the shape the water wants to take.
So acceptance is about making space for something else, for something unknown?
Precisely. It is about surrendering the illusion of control and embracing the mystery of existence.
Accept that you cannot know, and in that acceptance, you will know everything you need to know.
But what if I need to know more than I do?
Then perhaps you are chasing a phantom. Perhaps the need itself is the obstacle.
The river continues whether you know its destination or not.
A river flows. A man must choose.
And a man must also understand why he chooses.
The best choice is the one that does not need to be made.
Then let us speak of choice. What choice do you have right now in this moment?
Acceptance is not a passive resignation, it is active seeing. It is seeing the world, yourself, and your situation without the filter of your desires, your fears, or your judgments. When you truly accept what is, you are no longer fighting reality. You are working with it. Imagine a plant pushing through concrete. It does not rage against the concrete. It finds the cracks, the weaknesses, and it grows. That is acceptance. Today, just once, observe a situation where you feel resistance. Instead of trying to change it, simply notice it. Notice your thoughts, your feelings, your physical sensations. Do not judge them, just observe them. In that simple act of observation, you may find a path forward that you could not see before. The water goes where it wants. You can either try to direct it or know what direction it already wants to flow.
You will continue to resist. That is your nature. But remember this, the more you fight what is, the more you strengthen it. The only way to truly overcome is to understand, to accept, and then to find the path of least resistance. The storm will pass, the river will flow. The only question is whether you will be swept away or carried along. If today's conversation has served you, take it further. Pay Attention by C. Tribute, 12 Lessons in the Practice of Seeing Clearly. Available now on Amazon.